I'm meteorologist Chelsea Ambrose, and as we head into the holiday season, a lot of people are going to be out traveling. Weather-related travel delays are very common in the winter months. Knowing how conditions can impact travel plans may help alleviate some of the headaches that come with that. Joining us now to give us a window into the weather impacts on air travel is Ginny Boyle, Acting Vice President of System Operations Services with the Federal Aviation Administration. We are going to ask you just kind of to give us some insight on what weather impacts have on air travel, as well as what we can expect just this week and into the holidays with traveling and air travel.
Hello, thanks so much for having me. As most people know, Thanksgiving travel is historically our busiest travel week of the year, and we run the safest and most efficient system in the world. So COVID this year has introduced a reduction in air travel, as we're presently running about 70% of normal traffic operations per day. However, last week, we've already experienced an increase in air travel, and we expect that to continue throughout the holiday weekend. Most people don't realize that we start preparing for the holidays by midsummer, and that's to ensure that we have all accessible routes available for these aircraft. We work with our military partners to work on HARP routes, which is the Holiday Airspace Release Program. This is so we can access the offshore routes during peak demands without interrupting the mission.
And weather is always something that people have to factor into their travel plans. When you're performing your duties in air traffic control, what are some of the factors that you use to make sure that it's safe to fly?
Well, safety is paramount for us. Weather can be a significant contributor to delays, but it's not always the weather that the passenger sees or thinks about. Often there's good weather at your departure location, and then you look on your app and it's great weather at your destination. And it happens to be the line of thunderstorms that's perhaps in the middle of the country that will impact the route of flight. Normally all the routes are open east to west, and now they're blocked because of these storms. So I like to use an analogy. If you were traveling on I-95 going to Florida for your trip, and suddenly it's completely blocked, all those cars have to use side routes, which causes a lot of congestion and slows down. As a controller, you try to mitigate and manage how to get as many aircraft offloaded to different routes so everybody doesn't try to take the same course. And that's what we do.
And so what are the most common weather culprits that would slow people down, or something that may surprise people when it comes to weather impacts?
Wind, speed, and direction matter a lot. Airplanes have to land into the wind to operate safely. So for example, Newark Airport has 3 runways, but only one is usable when there's strong winds out of the west. The reduced number of runways limits the number of planes that can land in an hour. So wind is a major component when getting sometimes delayed in the U.S.
And is there anything else you wish people just knew about your operations?
Well, I'm really proud of all the people and their dedication to the mission. The FAA Command Center helps move flights around bad weather and manages the flow of airplanes into capacity-constrained airports so that everything is safe and efficient as possible. And that's what my organization does, helping to manage all this. We work around the clock to ensure that whether you're on business travel, on vacation, or going to see grandma for the holidays, we meet the needs of the flying public safely and efficiently.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate everything you do behind the scenes for everyone traveling. As we have people behind the scenes, we appreciate so much too. And thank you again for your time here and all of that information.
Thank you. Take care and happy holidays.